Hello everyone. Hello, good afternoon. It's Tracy here, your catalyst for change. How are you doing? I hope you've had a good long weekend. Did you celebrate? Did you have a street party perhaps? We had one here. Unfortunately I couldn't attend because I wasn't here. I was up sharing the weekend with my family, which my two boys and their girlfriends up in the Midlands, and it was absolutely lovely. Had some too much food, too much drink, just a bit too much rain, I'll be honest, but hey, it was a lovely weekend. So if you're watching on replay, just type in #replay so that I know you've caught up. If you're watching me live, then please say hi. I'd love to know who's there. Great. So today I wanted to talk a bit about mind reading. Ooh. Now, somebody like Derren Brown is excellent at mind reading, and he uses NLP techniques to help him do just that and to create his stage shows. But he's a bit more experienced than most of us in terms of reading other people. And yet, even though we haven't got the same kind of knowledge or experience, we still mind read what other people are thinking, don't we? We do it all the time, and sometimes it doesn't really help us very much. And so let me explain. I was talking to a lady the other day, and I'll call her Sue. And she was explaining that she had a problem with her friend, let's call her Anne. Now, Sue was at Anne's house the other day, and they were standing up talking, and Anne moved a chair so that she put it under the table. And Sue took this as being a message to her that Anne didn't want Sue to stay. Interesting. The movement of a chair, just putting a chair under the table, Sue took as meaning Anne didn't want her to stay. And Sue thought she was being quite rude. Oh, okay, she doesn't want me. She wants me to go. Well, it's a bit of a weird way of telling me, but okay, I'll go. I don't really deserve this kind of treatment, she was thinking, but I'll go. And obviously showed some of that frustration or disappointment or whatever it was and left. Anne tried to phone Sue later in the day, and Sue didn't pick up. She didn't want to speak to Anne because Anne had been rude earlier on. And the issue continued. How often does this happen? How often does it happen to you where you guess what somebody means by a few words or by an action? You jump to conclusions and assume you know what's going on in their mind and what message they're trying to give you. But you know, we're not always right. Because that movement of the chair could have meant so many different things. It could have just been her thinking about how much tidying up she had to do around the house. Who knows? But yet it was taken in a particular way. And then if we just allow that situation to escalate, then that's how, problems really begin to turn into challenges in the relationships, because Anne is probably wondering what on earth she's done to upset Sue. And therefore, perhaps then goes, okay, well, if she doesn't want to talk to me, I won't talk to her. and then the issue becomes out of control. So if you were Sue, what would you do in this situation? Put in the note below answer to one of these 4 things. Would you just blend into the background and hope that time will let it blow over? So if that's what you think, type in A. Would you tell Anne what had happened and how you were feeling? If that's the answer, put in B. Would you C, ask Anne what's going on for her? Or D, do something else? Okay, so A, would you blend into the background, just let it blow over? B, would you tell Anne what was going on for you and what had happened? C, ask Anne what's going on for her? Or D, do something else? Put it in the notes below. And then just think, if Sue was your best friend, what advice would you give her? Would it be the same as the action you took, or as the decision you took of A, B, C or D? Or would it be different? I'd love to know the answer to that too. So that's it for now. Please drop your comments underneath. I'd really like to hear how you would manage that situation, because there aren't necessarily any rights or wrongs, but we would have a normal pattern of how we deal with it. So there you go. Have a think about that. And perhaps this week you can start to notice when you're mind reading a situation or other people. And I'll ask you at the end of the week, and perhaps you can let me know what you've become aware of. Have a great week, everyone. I hope the sun starts shining soon for us. And yes, just remember, I'm Tracy. I'm more than just a coach. I'm your catalyst for change. Have a good one.